everybody, and welcome back to Crime in Sports.
Yay!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another crazy, wild adventure that we know as Crime in Sports. We are back again with more this week, and it's some fun stuff. We'll get to that. We'll get to all that. Before we do, definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Yeah. Definitely want to go there. Get your tickets for Small Town Murder live shows. We are going to be in Milwaukee and Minneapolis on September 18th and 19th at the Pabst and State Theaters, respectively. So get your tickets for that. Right. And also Dallas, San Jose, Sacramento in October, then Terrytown and Boston in November. So shutupandgivememurder.com is where you get that and all your merchandise and anything else you could possibly want. So check that out. Then definitely get yourself Patreon. That's the thing you want. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports, just like the name of the show. And once you get there, anybody $5 a month or above, you get every damn thing we put out. Everything. All the bonus episodes. Matter of fact, as soon as you subscribe, you're going to get almost 400 back bonus episodes you've never heard of immediately upon subscription. Then you get new ones every other week, too. We're not going to just say that's all you get. You get them all. They keep coming. This week, what you're going to get for Crime in Sports, Death on Skis. That's what I'm calling it. Skiing accidents, horrible skiing deaths that are just, that's the craziest sport ever. I'm going to launch my body to hundreds of feet with just a couple of things on my feet and land and be fine. That's insane. That's an insane thing to do.
So we're guessing this is all on ice and snow?
Snow and skis, and maybe we'll mix a water skier in there.
All right.
Skis are dangerous, basically. Yeah. Let's just say that. Then for Small Town Murder, Love After Lockup time again. Oh, I can't wait. We're going to talk about Season 6 and all the glories held within. It's so fun.
You know what I've heard is that AMC Plus has more episodes of Season 8.
Season 8? I thought we were on 7. Oh, really? Now I got to check that out. This is such a crazy season, Season 6. You go, a guy goes to visit his grandma for her birthday, and you go, well, no, that can't cause an argument with the lady who has been waiting for him to get out of prison. Oh, boy, can it. That's how crazy it is. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. And on top of that, you get all the shows we put out. That's Crime in Sports, Small Town Murder, and Your Stupid Opinions, all ad-free with that Patreon subscription. And on top of that, you get a shout out at the end of the show, too.
You bet.
Jimmy's got your name, and he's going to try to read it. We'll see how that goes. So there you go. Do that and keep hanging out with us. That said, let's do this. Before I start I need to give a little bit of credit here to a video I saw because I didn't really know much about this guy, and I saw about 15 seconds of a video talking about him, and I said I can't watch anymore because I don't want to be like polluted by someone else's opinions or takes or whatever. But it was Jeff Pearlman put up a video, the guy who wrote all the books. I've mentioned his books a million times. Football for a Buck, the USFL book is incredible sports book. It's amazing. It's so entertaining, and a bunch of the other ones he wrote too on the Lakers, on the on the Cowboys, all these different books. Good job. So that's where I got the even kind of. He was put on my radar here. This is James Ramsey Dardar. Speaking of radar, this is Dardar. D-A-R-D-A-R. Dardar.
Yeah, what's he do?
James Dardar, football player. We'll talk about. Played for 3 different NFL teams, and we'll get into all of this shit here. Didn't have a long career by any stretch of the imagination, but he was there. He's born October 3rd, 1959 in Cecilia, Louisiana. He's a big guy, a lineman, 265 pounds, 6'2" defensive lineman. Sure. Big old cat like that here. His father is Murphy Dardar Sr., which means there's a junior. He's not junior, but the family put forth a junior, so that counts as something.
Love it.
His mother is Leona, his mother is Leona Joseph Dardar. Her middle name his mom's middle name is Joseph. Which sounds like an insult when you're like 10. Your mom's middle name is Joseph. And you'd be like, fuck you, dude.
Heard of a lot of ladies named Joe, but didn't know anybody to go ahead and throw the Joseph.
So weird.
The full Joe.
Wow, the whole Joe we're going here. His brothers are Joseph Murphy Dardar and Armand George Dardar. And he's got sisters Leona, Carmelita, and Pamela. So that's a lot of kids. I'm counting 6. Counting James.
That's heavy, yeah.
He grew up the youngest So I'm not, it always says he was the youngest of 4 children. So I don't know which of the other 5 lived here. 3 out of the 5 must have lived with him. I don't know where the other ones are. So we're not sure. His uncle Reggie Dardar is a former track and field athlete at LSU, by the way. So there's athletics in the family. Now, Dardar here, he said, quote, "I grew up on a farm. I'm a country boy. I've had it good all my life. Where I grew up, it was a small town. The only time you saw a red light was around Christmas time. Everyone knew everybody." So there you go. I assume the lights of the Christmas, not of the traffic light.
I assume, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of Cajun roots here, big time here. He attended Cecilia High School there, where he developed into a big football prospect here starting in 1975. And he's also shot putting, as we found out. In April 23rd, 1975, when he was in 7th grade, he set a new record for this for Cecilia in the shot put.
Oh.
So, yeah, he set a new record of 45 feet, 11, I guess, and a half inches, maybe, something like that. So, not bad. October 13th, 1976, he's on all sorts of in the paper as a sophomore for being a good defender as on the Bulldogs football team. They're saying Ramsey Dardar led all individuals in tackles. So, doing great there. Then... apparently, there was a situation in the 4th. It was a 4th and 2 situation where they threw to Ramsey Dardar here.
Oh.
He goes by Ramsey Dardar, by the way, not James.
Full name.
It's Ramsey Dardar, not James Ramsey Dardar. Okay. So he goes by Ramsey Dardar. This was broken up again by the secondary. But so apparently he's receiving, too. He's probably playing fullback or something, I bet. That's what they do a lot. Now, right under that, is something to think about here. If you're in the St. Martinsville, Louisiana area, say in around 1976, you'd want to go to Signorelli's Club. It says where the action is. And then it says come to the action spot.
Come to it.
I think you come here, you get laid, I think is what they're trying to tell you. It says 50 tons of air conditioning for your comfort. I have never heard of air conditioning described in weights before. Have you?
Yeah, I mean, they are an air conditioning unit is measured in tons, but I've never heard of that as like
an advertisement?
A selling point of why to go somewhere.
You'd think it'd just be like ice cold air conditioning in here if that's what you're trying to put out. But 50 tons of air conditioning, I go, is that enough? Is that too much? Well, how much air conditioning is that? That seems like a lot. And then it says dances, Friday, no dance. So here's the dances coming up. None, because Friday there's no dance. So I don't know what's happening at this club. But that's where the action is, just not Friday.
We've got 50 tons.
50 tons AC, baby.
That seems too heavy.
Is that a lot? Yeah, it seems like the roof will collapse with that much air conditioning, right? 1977, May 18th, he's shot putting here. More shot put action. And I guess he placed 2nd place in the AAA state competition with a heave of 54 feet, 8.5 inches. So
that seems great.
Yeah. As a junior, Ramsey stood 6'2" and weighed 230 pounds. And this is he gained a lot of weight, really turned into a physical force. And so college recruiters start looking at him, and he's really strong, just absolutely just a powerhouse kind of a guy, one of those guys. He ended up setting a Louisiana state record in the shot put with a throw of 59 feet.
That's great.
That's incredible. So it's better than anyone else in Louisiana ever did.
59 feet. That seems
like a lot.
That seems incredible. What are those,
wild.
like 15, 10, 12 pounds, something like that?
They're fucking heavy, and 59 feet's just, a foot short, but the distance between, the pitcher's mound and home plate.
Yeah.
It's a good distance to heave something really, really heavy. Ooh. So December 21st, 1977, I guess he has 17 points playing basketball, too.
Yeah.
He's doing great. He had 3 for 5 from the stripe there, and he had 7 baskets that night. September 10th, 1978, they say the Cecilia Bulldogs are heavily favored to capture the 5 AAA title this season. ready to go. They're saying one of the main reasons
5 AAA. What is that?
5 AAA. I don't know how they rank, how they do their high schools there, how they sort them. But they're saying that one of the main reasons for their upcoming success is going to be the return of the versatile athlete Ramsey Dardar, who happens to be
the reason, huh?
He's the guy, one of the most outstanding football players in the state. The talented player's in his 3rd year on the varsity, and he started ever since he first put on the green and white uniform of the Bulldogs.
How about that?
Ramsey is a valuable player to Coach Johnny DeValier's charge that he's played both on the line and in the backfield his first 2 years. I figured fullback. The coach says Ramsey is a very versatile player in that he can play any position on the team. He plays both offense and defense, and also is in on our punt return teams. He was an all-district fullback last season here. So anyway, they said, we didn't know how good our offensive line would be this year because we had some inexperienced kids coming back. We figured that Ramsey would strengthen our line by moving him there, just to the offensive line.
Sure.
So they say that he wanted to he said it didn't bother him. Ramsey said, I felt like I would help the team more if I moved to the line. We have good running backs and a young line. Since I'm one of the leaders on the team, I figured I could help the young linemen out more. And when asked what Ramsey's strong points were, his coach said his defensive talents. He's also valuable in the backfield as a blocking back. So that said, I'm going to put him on the offensive line. Essentially, that's what he did in the same article. And Ramsey said he has the highest respect for his coach. He said, Coach is an understanding person in that he helps everybody out. If anybody has a problem, he can go and talk to the coach about it. He also knows the game of football. And he says that he thinks that they can maybe win the district title, but he said St. Abbeville and St. Martinville are going to be tough. So they're real tough.
They're good teams.
They say Ramsey's not only an outstanding football player, but he also, plays for the track and field here. He's been the 5 AAA shot put champ since his freshman year and has been the state runner-up the past 2 seasons. He's 6'3", 220 pounds, and they said he's just starting to hit his growth spurt.
Just getting there.
Just getting there, and he wants to play college football. A sports writer named Al Kari said Ramsey is definitely a college prospect. He's a super stud in that he can bench press 260 pounds and runs a 4.6 40. That's a good 40 time for a lineman.
That's a super stud. Yeah.
He can also play any position on the team. That will surely help when the colleges start coming around. Obviously. So December 13th, 1978 here, he is on the all-parish dream team. Oh, yeah. He's on the team. It's an all-star dream team, they're calling it. And he's on the squad.
Louisiana's finest, huh?
Yep. They say he's a top prospect, was named MVP on defense for his consistently outstanding play and contributing to the Cecilia Bulldogs' fine season, their best in school history. They shared the 5 AAA title with St. Martinville, also ending the year with a 9-1 record. So they're saying that he stands out. Track and field and everything else, he's great. Now, right under that, again, go where the action is. Where's that?
Sure.
Senior Ellie's Club. That's where it is in St. Martinsville.
How many tons of AC do they have?
Well, I'm not sure about how many tons of AC they have, but it says they have rain in all big letters.
What?
Rain is 4 guys, and it says, quote, a tribute to the Beatles.
Oh.
They have a Beatles cover band playing. They're playing 10 p.m. till. I guess that means till they close.
Till when we're done.
That's right. Admission's $5, and they have a bunch of testimonials about the band. Like,
what?
Remember the old movie commercials where they have people coming out of the movies and they'd be like, it was great, it was so exciting. That's what they have.
I miss those.
Here's Ray Wagner from North Hollywood, California. Rain plays Beatle music better than any band could possibly play in short of the Beatles. Mike McCormick from the Calabasas mine shaft, literally.
What?
That's where the GM of the Calabasas mine shaft said Rain's sound is indistinguishable from the original recordings. Plus, they
shut the fuck up.
Indistinguishable. You've heard Paul McCartney? Same thing. Plus, they create live energy that the Beatles would if they were on tour. They're just not available. The Beatles, see, they're just filling in for him. That's it. They're just not on tour. You know, Paul McCartney's got the wings at this point, and John's fucking naked in a fetal position with Yoko Ono. Things are getting weird. But George is trying.
Do you really want that they do an amazing impression and do their material? Like, Jay Moore goes up and does Christopher Walken, but he doesn't recite Walken in movies. He does. He creates a stupid scenario and then it fills it in with Walken.
If you edited out Christopher Walken from Pulp Fiction and had Jay Moore tell the watch up the ass story, it wouldn't work.
No.
It wouldn't work. That's the point. It's more than just the sound. It's also a vibe. They were the Beatles for a reason. I mean, I'm not the biggest Beatles fan. I know you hate the Beatles, but
I fucking hate them.
Obviously, they must have had some charisma. Or I don't like Elvis either, but he must have had some charisma for people to be that attracted to it. You know, he must have had something.
Something worked.
Something worked. Robert Hilburn says a stand-in for the real thing. Tony,
because we can't afford the real thing.
Tony Ray from Performance Magazine said, it's very eerie to see kids going berserk, literally screaming and tearing their hair out for songs that the Beatles have never played on stage before. If you close your eyes. Okay. Then
so he's saying kids are tearing their own hair out?
Going crazy for these Beatle impersonators. I don't think so.
Perhaps that's because they want you to stop.
Yeah. What did you slip in their drinks before they did that?
Tearing their hair out.
Jesus. And finally, Teen Beat Magazine said, Rain reproduces the Beatles sound so accurately, you will almost believe you're really listening to the four Liverpool lads.
Okay.
All right.
Minus a couple of them.
Well, yeah. He wasn't dead yet. So June 27th, 1979, Dardar is named to the all-state squad for Ramsey here. Ramsey for Cecilia Senior High School and starring in football and basketball and track and just doing great. He's on the all-state team. He's doing awesome. He's killing it. So, and people started to get to know him across the country. The coaches, he grew to 6'5". Now he's 6'5", 230 as a junior.
Wow.
Yeah, he gets scholarship offers from a lot of big schools. I mean, you name the big school, they're after him. He really, I guess the schools that are going after him the hardest, and a lot of this is regional back then.
Oh.
Now it's so you recruit from everywhere because you get, there's video now and shit. You know the kids rather than just knowing the ones in your region. Whereas back then, it was very regional. You know what I mean? These schools felt like they owned these regions and could recruit from them exclusively.
Very interesting that they do that now, that they recruit everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of gross.
It's just so, it's the internet. I mean, they can, you know what I mean? They can get anywhere. Yeah. But at this point, Oklahoma and Houston pursued him the hardest because he's in Louisiana, which is close by. They were really after him, but didn't quite work here for them. So Dardar said that another recruiter that he's talking about, a guy named Charles McClendon here, Charlie Peavy, said he recruited me with delicate hands. I was leaning to Oklahoma and Houston. There were quite a few teams trying to get me, but everybody at my high school, including my high school coach, wanted me to go to LSU. So I chose LSU. So Louisiana State he's going to here. He enrolls in 79 to play defensive tackle. Before the season even starts, he hurts some cartilage and ligaments in his knee. Okay. So he was sent to the JV team to rehabilitate his shit. He made it back
to AA of high school
go to AAA now and get your shit together. So he made it back to the varsity team, but he never played in a game that year and criticized his defensive line coach, Lynn LeBlanc, for convincing him during team practices that he would be playing. Okay. So he's like, I practiced hard and I didn't even play. He told me to practice hard because I'm going to be playing. He was frustrated by a lack of playing time and said he was determined to play for LSU and not transfer to another school. Okay. Not doing it. I don't like moving. So 79 is that year. They're 7-5 LSU here. And looking at the roster, who's in the NFL? David Woodley, quarterback. I remember him. Was he on the Steelers, I think?
Woodley,
David Woodley, quarterback.
A quarterback?
Yeah, David Woodley. Jesse Hokie Gajan, Jesse Miles, Carlos Carson, Orlando McDaniel, the wide receiver. I've heard of him. Greg LaFleur, Malcolm Scott, and that's it. Okay, those are Marcus Quinn, Willie Teal, and Chris Williams. Those are your NFL-bound people from that team.
Is Greg LaFleur, is he a coach?
There's been a couple of floors. I know. He was a tight end. I'm not sure what he did after that. So the 80 LSU team goes 7-4 here, which isn't that great. It's just not. And they didn't have 7 trillion bowl games back then either. Pretty much the same roster here. Looks like the new quarterback, Alan Risher, who's going to play in the NFL someday, or at least get on a team. Who knows if he actually played any at all, but there he is. Now, at the same time here, at the start of the season, of the 80 season, he was playing right tackle as a backup to Leonard Marshall. If you don't know who Leonard Marshall is very famous for almost killing Joe Montana. 1990 NFC Championship game, Montana ducks back as LT runs by him and never sees a 290-pound Leonard Marshall rushing with his helmet going right between his shoulder pads in the back.
Bearing down on him.
Explodes him and injures him for like 2 years, basically. I remember when they were listing his injuries, it was just like everything. He had like his wrist, shoulder, neck. He just destroyed this man's body just in one shot. Here he had that big chunk of grass, and Steve Young was like picking it out of his helmet, like a monkeys picking bugs off of each other. So anyway, I guess that when announcing here, he played well in the opening game of the season against Florida State, and he was named to the first team. And the LSU head coach said that Dardar had gotten involved in more big plays than Marshall in the Florida State game. So he's going to start. In Dardar's first game as a starter, they won 21-0 against Kansas State, and he had 7 tackles and blocked a field goal attempt.
Wow.
Which is something the coaches remember.
Yeah.
That's a big one. And registered a 4th down quarterback sack at the goal line, which is obviously humongous. Yeah. He ended up the season with 77 tackles, 9 for losses, and 5 sacks, which is goddamn good.
Not bad, yeah.
Yeah, really good. They say Ramsey Dardar leaned against the wall just inside the doorway of the training room in Tiger Stadium. The 6'2", 239-pound defensive tackle stood a full head taller than the bevy of reporters who hovered about, furiously jotting down notes. He said, the coaches said we were good last week, but had to be a little bit better this week. They wanted us to force more big plays, get to the backs behind the line, and make them turn the ball over. Yeah. So they say his friendly hazel brown eyes sparkled as he basked in the media limelight.
Take it easy.
Jesus. Buddy. When a sports writer told him that senior linebacker Lyman White credited him with holding down the line all by himself, Dardar's pearly white teeth flashed, and he grinned boyishly.
Yeah.
This guy is jerking off to Dardar. He is just
I bet you could get him.
Buddy.
Calm down.
Right? Who knows? Dardar said, if I can be as good as he is right now, I'd be happy, ducking his head bashfully. Lyman's a great player. All of our linebackers did a great job tonight. Yeah. They said that he he did. The defense was fantastic. They said that when the game was over, he got a lot of accolades. One of the guys here, White, I think that's one of the coaches, said, I think Ramsey Dardar controlled the game early. I was beginning to wonder if it was going to be a one-man show. He was everywhere. He said, I haven't seen the statistics, so I'm not sure how many tackles he had. I know he's the one that blocked the field goal and recovered the fumble. He said, I also saw him getting up last from underneath a lot of piles, which means if he didn't make a tackle, he was close. I'd say he gave a generally enthusiastic effort. And Dardar said, I just gave it everything I had. I'm the kind of guy who works as hard as I can. He said, explained Dardar, a pair of dimples accenting his wide grin. The outline of his girthy fucking man meat pushed up against his shorts. What the fuck are we talking about?
The crevice of his ass, ever so visible.
Ever so visible.
Basketball shorts.
Man. Oh, shit. He said,
Jesus, he sounds like that gangster from Don't Be a Menace. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to fuck no guy in his ass. Wait, what?
What? The fuck?
Lock me up. Throw away the key.
So he said, I push myself. I'm just going to give it all I've got every game. So he's going to do it. Although his style of play was somewhat unorthodox, the big defensive lineman made 6 tackles, caught runners from behind the line twice for a net loss of 6 yards in his appearance against Florida State. And he said, I think my technique was better this week following the Kansas State victory. It was kind of our job to knock the linemen off so the linebackers could come through.
Sure.
And he's doing great. They said that he almost, at one point, they kept going left on the goal line, and we thought they would come right on fourth down, but the left side was ready. Dardar almost stopped all 4 stands by himself. Okay.
Wow.
So he's doing great. He kicks ass. He said that they said that he ran through the line so fast that he said he wasn't sure that he made the sack. He said, I looked up to see what happened to the running back, but then I looked down and saw the quarterback lying on the ground and heard the crowd go crazy, and I knew that I had him. He didn't realize he had it. He's like, who'd I fucking tackle?
I thought I was just blocking
Shit.
somebody.
All right, this guy. After talking to a dozen newspaper reporters and doing 3 television interviews, including a live feed by a local station, Dardar headed out of the training room, still dressed in his football pants and a T-shirt. The strapping, sexy, exciting 20-year-old Bro Bridge product was favoring his right ankle. As he limped across the room, easily the last player to leave, one of the 3 or 4 remaining reporters asked him if his ankle was okay. He said, yeah, I'm all right, he said with a smile. I heard it in practice this week, but I'm okay. Reaching the door, he turned back to the handful of reporters and said, quote, it was real nice meeting y'all. See you later.
See y'all later.
Oh, he's a wonderful man.
I'm gonna have
here.
this reporter lick my ankle.
he's gonna just. You want to come home with me and just massage it and rub oils on it and salves all night?
Suck it all better.
Yeah, no shit. So October 23rd, 1980, it says LSU's Dardar, A Tale of Two Cities. Okay, that is Bro Bridge, which is Breaux, which I assume is brow or bro.
That's bro, right?
It's bro, I would think. Yeah, Bro Bridge or Cecilia here. They say there's a controversy brewing at LSU. Is it Ramsey Dardar from Bro Bridge or Ramsey Dardar from Cecilia? Who cares is my question.
What the fuck matters?
They both want to claim him, apparently.
Oh, got it.
He said, I live in Bro Bridge, but because the bus routes, I went to Cecilia, so I can understand why fans get so mad. Cecilia and Bro Bridge are big rivals. So that's why. That's some local horse shit. 1981, the LSU Tigers here. They are 3-7-1, which is not good. That is fucking bad here.
Powerhouse.
Wow, that is not good. I'm looking at their goddamn, I'm looking at their roster too. I'm not picking up anybody that spectacular on here. Eugene Daniel, I think he played for the Colts, defensive back, I'm pretty sure. That's about it. So I guess Dardar and Marshall are starters at defensive tackle going into the 81 season. And so he's all happy to be here. After they lost their first 2 games, both to top 5 teams, Alabama and Notre Dame. That's a tough schedule. You get 2 top 5 teams in your first fucking month of the season. Jesus Christ. Or first 2 games? Who the fuck made that? You make your own schedule. What are you doing? Why are you doing that?
How it goes, man.
They announced that Dardar would play at both nose guard and defensive tackle, but would spend most of his time at nose guard now. So they're moving him around a little bit. So he had a good year that year. He recorded 77 tackles, 14 for a loss, recovered 4 fumbles, blocked 2 field goals.
Jesus.
At the end of the season, he was included on the All-Louisiana Collegiate First Team by the Louisiana Sports Writers Association. 1982, LSU Tigers 8-3. There we go. Or 8-3-1. Sorry.
How'd they do that?
They're 11th in the final polling. Not bad. They got a new quarterback, Alan Risher. That's one thing. Maybe that helped. Oh, Dalton Hilliard came in. Remember him?
Oh, that's big, yeah.
Dalton Hilliard was great for the Saints for years. Little tiny fucker, nasty, fast little shit. Was great on Super Tecmo Bowl. Awesome.
Turn it around.
He was good. I definitely remember him. Eric Martin, Herman Fontenot at wide receiver. Yeah, there's a few guys now I've heard of getting in the mix here. A few guys that actually, I remember actually playing in the league, which is helpful, I guess, here. So by 1982, his senior season, he increased his weight to 255 pounds.
Wow.
He came in at 220 his freshman year. Now he's 255.
Packed on 35.
And he took 0.2 seconds off his 40-yard dash time.
Got heavy and ran faster.
And heavier. Yeah.
Wow.
And he became more physical and obviously was better with his technique. That year, LSU beat Alabama for the first time in 12 years.
Awesome.
Holding them to 132 yards of total offense. And the Associated Press named Ramsey and the other members of the LSU front seven collectively as the defensive lineman of the week.
Incredible.
Everybody. Dardar said, that was one of the best games of my career at LSU. LSU hadn't beaten Alabama since 1970. That day, everybody was screaming all over the place. We're shaking hands with one of the greatest coaches ever, and he's telling us, you guys are a bunch of gangbangers. It's
Bear
fucking
Bryant said that to
shithead
him?
Bear Bryant. Bear Bryant's an old cunt. Fuck him.
Why would he say that?
Because he's an old fucking racist asshole and he lost. Yeah, that's why. He's fucking Alabama's coach. He's an old fart, and he's fucking angry that LSU beat him. That's why. Fuck that guy.
What a little bitch.
You guys are a bunch of gangbangers. He is. He's a dude. Yeah, because he doesn't have to do all the shit he's telling his players to do. All this fucking, that's whatever that stupid fucking movie was about him.
Well, there was a movie about him?
Yeah, what's that fucking movie where it's I can't remember what the fuck.
Isn't McConaughey? Did McConaughey do it?
That was Remember the Titans. Wasn't he in that one? I don't remember which movie it is.
We Are Marshall.
There you go. There's a movie about the whole Bear Bryant, and it's in the summer that he was there and told everybody they were playing both ways and no water and it's 180 degrees outside. I think it was like on ESPN or some shit in the late 90s. It was like a big fucking movie. So anyway.
Tom Berenger
played him. That was coming out of my mouth next. It's fucking Tom Berenger played him. That's right.
Great.
Jake Taylor himself fucking straps up for that shit.
Jake Taylor's in here telling us to run both ways.
If you've seen Platoon, he'd be good at it because he was, you know what I mean? He could do that. So the team finishes 8-2-1, goes to the Orange Bowl against Nebraska, where Ramsey Dardar is lined up opposite Dave Rimington, who is the Cornhusker center and was winning his second Outland Trophy, which is for the nation's best interior offensive lineman. I believe he was drafted in definitely the top 10 by Cincinnati, I want to say, Rimington, on maybe 84 draft. Or 83 draft, I think it was. Cornhuskers, way ahead of Dan Marino, I believe.
Right.
So I can't remember what draft it was. The Cornhuskers gained 218 rushing yards in a 21-20 victory, but the head coaches of both teams praised Ramsey's play and noted that Rimington did not dominate the matchup. And he was definitely not even questioned best center in college going right to the NFL to start. Yeah, and he's not dominating him. So Dardar was named first team All-SEC nose guard by both the Associated Press and the UPI, United Press International, and the Touchdown Club of Atlanta recognized him as its SEC Defensive Lineman of the Year.
Wow.
So he's killing it. By the end of his senior year, he was ranked in the top 5 in career sacks and school history as well. So while he is also there, he meets his future wife while at LSU.
Oh.
A young lady named Lorraine. They'll later be married and have 3 children, one of them being James Ramsey Dardar Jr. Absolutely. You know what's going to happen
too.
here. Yep. While at LSU, this is when he started using some weed recreationally.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And even tried a little coke down there too.
Oh.
Yeah, they have those fucking parties and shit and, boosters and stuff. And get you a little coke on there. See, a little rich guy's going to get you hooked up. Now, 1983, here comes the draft. Couldn't be a better time to come out of college.
Oh.
The 2 best times to come out of college in football were 83 through 85 and the early years of the AFL, like, 61, 62 to 67 when they started talking about merging, and that's when they stopped sniping each other so much. But this was where every player was a war. Every player was a war. You'd get drafted by both leagues and then field competing offers. It's incredible. Nowadays, if the Bengals fucking draft you, you're going to play for the Bengals unless you're
sorry about it.
A number one pick that has the power to whatever. But otherwise, if you get picked 12th by the Bengals, you're going to the fucking Bengals. Whereas back then,
the community's going to love you.
Back then, you go, well, maybe the Denver Gold drafted me too. Maybe I'll go play there instead. And you check out your offers. So the 83 USFL draft was on January 4th, 83. So that was to get a jump on the NFL draft, which is until April. So that way they could try to sign the guys and go, well, you don't want to take your chance, So there's 24 rounds. First overall selection, by the way. Number one draft pick, USFL draft 1983. Jimmie.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was that guy that played for the Eagles.
No.
Was it not Randall Cunningham?
83, and it wasn't John Elway, because they knew Elway wasn't going here.
Yeah.
They do draft Dan Marino first overall, though.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
He was
First overall by the Los Angeles Express. Then
he must be doing great now, right? Because you never see him anymore.
No, he made incredible money doing football. He was Isotoner spokesman for years and years and a couple other big things. And then he was also on Inside the NFL or whatever the fuck. He was on like a TV show for like 30 years. Like I think he did very well for himself.
And now he
is extremely comfortable.
That's why. Dan Marino has liver disease.
I remember he had something.
That'll do it.
Yeah, those guineas from Pittsburgh like to tie one on once in a while. Maybe that's what it was. I'm not sure.
I can't imagine that guy's not drinking heavy, right?
I knew in college he was. That was the reason why he went lower is because it was all reports of him doing all this shit. And when the Steelers looked into him, they said he likes a beer. Like anybody else, they said he likes to party, but he's not a drug addict or anything.
Yeah.
He likes girls and he likes fucking, have some beers with his teammates type of guy. Tim Spencer, Reggie Collier, Craig James, him, the announcer for years and years. Craig James, white guy. Does college stuff for 30 years. It was on ESPN and everything else. Craig James for the Federals, which is a very funny story because the Federals, if you can check out Jeff Pearlman's book, it's in that, the Football for a Buck. But the Federals had drafted him, and then the agents were fucking with him about signing. And there was a press conference to introduce him as their number one draft pick and to have him come out and hold the jersey and all that. They had a team press conference, and he still wasn't signed. And basically, they were renegotiating right there, going, "You're going to go tell all your reporters that your first draft pick, because this is the opening inaugural year, that you can't fucking sign, even though you told everyone that he signed in the back." And so they ended up giving him what he wanted because they had no choice. Gary Anderson, who went on to play for, I believe, Tampa Bay for a while. Eric Dickerson by the Arizona Wranglers, who never played there, obviously. Irv Eatman, David Greenwood, Tremaine Johnson. These are the guys who actually signed. Bart Oates, the later on longtime Giants center, signed with Philadelphia. But so many of these guys were also first-round NFL draft picks that year, and they signed with the NFL. Your Michael Haddocks and guys like that. Who else is here? Yeah, Ramsey Dardar. Bobby Hebert, number 34 overall by the Michigan Panthers, who played for the Saints for a long time. But number 27 overall here in round number 3, because there's only 12 picks per round here.
Right.
So
let's go, Dardar.
Opening or with the third pick of the third round, New Jersey Generals, my favorite team as a child that I grew up with there, draft Ramsey Dardar. So there he is, New Jersey.
What's he playing for them? Do we even know?
Defensive line, but he doesn't sign with them.
No?
As we'll talk about. He's going to wait for the NFL draft because he thinks he's got something popping here, and he might have better draft position. 83 is a stacked draft, though. Yeah. Stacked. You can watch that from Elway to Marino documentary on ESPN. It's incredible, that documentary. It's a 30 for 30, I think. Really, really good. Explains how deep it was and how it was a major, major draft. Who else? I'm looking at the whole draft here. And Leonard Marshall. Wow, Leonard Marshall was drafted in the 10th round by Tampa Bay.
Wow.
And he ended up being a star for a long time in the NFL. Not bad. Who else? Okay. So Dardar said that he was hesitant to report to a USFL training camp since they started so soon after the end of college football because it's a spring league.
Right.
After the Generals signed Herschel Walker as a free agent, the team gave up on negotiating with Dardar and all of their top 4 draft picks.
Yeah.
They got Herschel Walker and just said, that's who we're signing. We're not signing because they gave him all the money, basically.
Yeah.
Herschel
Did I say
Walker.
Randall Cunningham? That's who I meant was Herschel Walker.
Oh, yeah. So okay. Herschel Walker,
How did I
yeah.
do that?
They just signed him. There was no – and the way they did the USFL, if you were going to – nobody would draft a guy who would be better somewhere else.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like they made little deals like you could draft him because you might actually be able to sign him. So you draft
because we've
that
got
guy.
a starter and you need a starter.
Also, he might sign with you, like Rozier with Pittsburgh, the running back signed with them, and because even though someone else had draft position and wanted him, they made a deal to say let us draft him because he's not going to sign with you, and we're his local team, he'll sign here. So it's interesting. So March 3rd, 1983. They say top picks get short shrift from Generals. Whatever happened to all those big-name players the Generals drafted with such fanfare? Whatever happened to Arkansas running back Gary Anderson, SMU safety Wes Hopkins, West Virginia linebacker Darryl Talley, longtime Bills star, LSU defensive end Ramsey Dardar? The Generals were very successful in signing their later selections. Yeah, because they're just excited to be drafted. Sure. But those first 4 picks were nearly forgotten as soon as the draft ended. Anderson, who's expected to be a receiver in the pros, was flown to New Jersey for a big bash at the Meadowlands, and Generals coach Chuck Fairbanks explained how Anderson was going to be a significant part of our passing game. That's the last anybody heard of Anderson. The Generals admit they've given up on trying to sign any of those high picks. The team's GM said, as far as we're concerned, at this late stage, there isn't any chance we'll get together. We're not negotiating with draft choices at this time.
How about it?
Wow. Anderson's agent, Gene Burrow, who works with Dr. Jerry Argovitz, who, by the way, ended up buying he bought, I believe he's the LA Express owner after a while.
Oh.
He's the guy who signed Steve Young. To a deal that Steve Young still gets paid for, by the way. Steve Young still gets like $1 million a year from his USFL deal.
Smart moves, huh?
Yeah. It was an annuity he signed. It was like a small salary with a big annuity, and that's what it was. It was like a $40 million deal.
After football pay. Smart.
Yeah, it was smart shit. He came from like a well-off Mormon family too, so he didn't like need the money. He wasn't getting his mom out of out of the shack with a dirt floor or anything. I got to get my mom a toilet. He wasn't that.
No, he was from it's a Mormon family, right?
They're descendants of Brigham Young.
Really?
Yeah, they're like a real hardcore, but he grew up in California though, which is strange.
Well, you got to go save those people.
Yeah, I believe it was from California he grew up. Got to save them from the wiles of the ocean and bikinis. So, they said, frankly, it was disappointing, Burrow said. They just never seemed interested in Gary Anderson. We went to them with an offer, and they never got back to us with a counteroffer. They also said, maybe Herschel got all the loot. That's pretty much what it was here. And it was, too, because they signed Herschel Walker for way more money than they said they were planning to give anybody ever. But they had a chance to get the best running back, and they got him, and that was it. So they said one of the players said, I was excited about the new league, but when it came time for negotiations, well, there weren't any. It was a take it or leave it offer. I was disappointed because I thought the USFL would be a great opportunity. Now,
this is what we have for you.
1983 NFL draft. I don't have to ask you who number 1 overall is because I'm pretty sure you know.
Obviously, Elway. Yeah.
John Elway with the Baltimore Colts, who he never signs with.
Fuck that. Not a goddamn chance I'm playing there.
And he gets traded for the number 4 pick, Chris Hinton, who Denver selected, a tackle, and goes back and forth. Number 2 overall, Jimmy. Who is it?
Oh, boy. Who went number 2?
It's a Hall of Famer.
Is it another quarterback? No, it's
not.
No, it's a running back.
There are 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in this round, but none of them are at number 2. It's Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, there's the running back.
And then running back Kurt Warner with a C, that Kurt Warner.
Oh, really?
For the longtime Seahawks running back there. He's number 3. They wanted Dickerson, but got Kurt Warner. So that's what you get. Chris Hinton, Billy Ray Smith, Jimbo Covert, the Hall of Famer with the Bears. Todd Blackledge, number 7, quarterback for Kansas City. They could have had Jim Kelly. They could have had Dan Marino. They could have had Ken O'Brien, who was a good quarterback. They got Todd Blackledge.
Yikes.
And if you
How'd
watch,
he do?
Not great, not good at all. Let's see. He played. Let's see. He has 29 career touchdowns, 38 career interceptions. That's how he played.
Oh no,
not good. Is that how he played?
He basically played the last 3 years of Russell Wilson's career.
Pretty much. Just that's his whole career.
Yeah.
He played at Penn State, and Penn State, the team was really good, and he was known as a winner. And he was one of those guys known as a winner, but he might not have the big arm or all that. Well, in the NFL, you need all that shit. And he didn't have any of it.
He's got heart.
Yeah. Oh, Chris Berman, you listen to him on the draft saying he thinks he's going to be the best, could be the best quarterback in the draft. Todd Blackledge.
I've met Chris Berman. That man's an alcoholic.
Yeah. And he must have been hitting it hard.
He was drinking that day.
Yep. Hall of
I don't know if
Fame.
he's an alcoholic. That's a wild accusation. I know that I met him and he was fucking hammered.
I heard he likes to tie one on here and there.
Oh boy, was he drinking.
9 overall, Houston Oilers, Bruce Matthews, Hall of Fame guard. Then Terry Kennard, the Giants' longtime defensive back there. Tim Lewis for the Green Bay Packers. Number 14 overall, Buffalo selects Jim Kelly, who absolutely did not want it. He said, the only team I am not going to is fucking Buffalo. He goes, I'm not living and fucking playing in that cold shit. He's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not playing in Buffalo. I want to go somewhere warm because he played in Miami in college because he wanted to go somewhere warm, and then Buffalo drafts
Well,
him.
now that we've been there, we know for certain there's no fucking way any of them live there.
They don't know. We know that. And we found out that for sure, too, talking to people. So, yeah, Jim Kelly ended up signing with the Houston Gamblers and then coming back and coming to Buffalo once the USFL folded there. And then finally, at the end of the round, 2 Hall of Famers are the last 2 picks of the
Is that
draft.
right?
2 Hall of Famers, Dan Marino and Darryl Green, the defensive back for Washington.
Great choices, yeah.
Remington was number 25 overall, by the way. 2 picks before Marino. Vernon Maxwell, not that one, was the first pick of the second round. A linebacker named Vernon Maxwell from Arizona State, of all places. Hall of Famer Roger Craig, number 49 overall. Not bad, getting him in the middle of the second round.
What a lucky career for that guy. He got to stick around in the fucking Bay Area his whole career.
Yeah, and just come right into a excellent San Francisco team that wins a Super Bowl the next season. Not too shabby at all. Now, finally, in the third round, number 71 overall, Ramsey Dardar, selected by the St. Louis Cardinals.
Really?
Same thing with Robert Rozier, defensive lineman, St. Louis Cardinals. Interesting, right? They pick him.
Wow.
Notoriously the cheapest beside them in Cincinnati, the 2 cheapest.
Least valuable in the NFL, we found out.
Yes, absolutely. No one cares. Who else in this? JoJo Townsend. A lot of names, just hanging around this fucking draft. So April 27th, 1983, St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Big Red coaches like Dardar's confidence game. Yeah. Is he a scam artist? He's a confidence game?
Confidence. Yeah, he's a confidence man.
Confidence man. So Dardar contributed, they said here, they said that no, they're not playing name games by drafting defensive linemen in the 3rd and 4th rounds named Dardar and Duda. Yes, it did make for some good-natured kidding during a long day. The coach said, I'm sure Floyd will get that all fouled up. Is an assistant coach of Floyd that's assistant coach Floyd Peters, and says Dardar and Duda do dis that way. He said the players in question are Dardar and Mark Duda. Dardar contributed to the fun. Being a senior at LSU and a native of Cecilia, Louisiana, Dardar asked if he knew where the Big Red would open the National Football League season, and he said, London? Having heard from the coaches that there's an exhibition opener with the Vikings that might be played in England in August.
Wow.
Yeah. So he says that...
they've been trying to get that shit going for that long.
Yep, that's it. They've been trying forever. And then they had the World Football League in 90. They really have been trying to spread it. It just doesn't, it's not as natural other places.
Perhaps it's because not everybody has a fucking TV, right?
Not a TV, not a football. It's not natural. Soccer, you can get one ball and 50 guys and fucking kick it around. You can get a basketball, everybody take a hoop and one ball for everybody. Football is just seems more specialized and complicated. And
you got to have a
there's also violence involved. Yeah. There's distances. There's also violence involved too, which is different. So the other sports don't really have that. But anyway, the opening game's at the Louisiana Superdome. And he said, that will be great. My people will get a chance to see me. And he said, I think I'm the type of player like Fred Dean. I'm fast and quick, and I've got good football sense. He said, I played tackle like Fred Dean played for San Francisco 49ers a couple years ago. At least that's what I've been told. So the coach said, I like his confidence, and I could use somebody in there on the nose to lift up the center and get in there. Really lift it up and get it deep in there.
Lift up the middle.
Just lift it up and really just plunge deeply. So that's what they're talking about here. And he says that I played against Remington in the Orange Bowl. He's the biggest guy I ever went against as far as bulk, and I think I had a good game. The scouts got real high on me after that game. I did a darn good job, I thought. So he said he's ready for the NFL. So they sign him here. Don't know exactly what they sign him to, but they sign him to a contract finally. Soon after arriving at training camp, he suffers a knee injury that causes him to miss most of training camp.
Dardar, don't do that.
Don't do that, Dardar. He was placed on the injured reserve list just prior to the 83 season, and that's that.
And that's that?
That's that for him for this year.
Dardar, that's that.
That's that, Dardar.
Wow.
December 30th, 1983, Dardar here will be switched to offensive guard from defensive tackle. They said that he has the size, speed, and strength to play guard, because your guards have to be fast because they pull a lot. They got to stay ahead of the running backs and all that kind of shit. So they said they think they can do it. They're fairly set at defensive tackle, so they think this is a better place for Dardar. The coach disclosed his decision on Dardar in response to a question about the draft when he was asked if the club would be looking for help on the offensive line. And he said, quote, I just drafted one today from the defense, Ramsey Dardar.
There we go.
There's my offensive lineman. He said, that was the first thing I did this morning. We had our draft right there. Move that guy. Now, while with the Cardinals, rather than becoming just enthralled with learning all the plays in the offensive line, which are totally different and backwards and all this type of shit, he delves into a different hobby, getting severely addicted to crack. That's what he's into instead. Very addicted to crack. That's what he's doing. Yeah.
That's not going to rehab you much at all, really.
Not really. It's not going to help much.
No.
And you'll feel great, but you're not going to perform well.
You're in trouble.
He went to his first drug rehab during his time with the Cardinals, but the drugs were so readily available in the early 80s in the league.
Yeah.
This was the time we did the Pittsburgh thing. We did a Patreon on the Pittsburgh 8 and all that thing. And literally there was every city in the goddamn country. There was high roller fans that knew people and had connections that would have big parties for players with giant mountains of Coke. And this was just, everyone was dying to give these guys Coke back then. Huge. So 84 Cardinals are 9-7, which is pretty goddamn good for the Cardinals in the fucking really at any time here. So I'm looking at their roster here.
Is that enough for playoffs?
No playoffs back then. No, because there's less teams. I think Roy Green, I remember him. Yeah, guys like that. Duda, EJ Jr. Remember guys like that. Greg LaFleur. There you go. He's a tight end.
Hey.
There he is from LSU. Neil Lomax at quarterback. Jesus, he was around that early? Yeah, 81 they drafted him. Fuck, I didn't realize that. Okay, that makes sense. So Neil Lomax is their quarterback. December 20th, 1984, player report cards from the St. Louis Dispatch. They give Ramsey Dardar a C.
Oh, that's not bad.
They say a one-dimensional player, Dardar was used primarily as the running downs tackle after Mark Duda was injured. Didn't make a lot of big plays, but got a lot from his ability. because they never moved him to offensive line. He ended up playing defensive line anyway. I guess, like I said, if he didn't get the playbook down right away or anything, they just say, fuck it, go. Defensive line's the easiest position on the field. That's the one where I said there, I can't remember who it was, but there was a guy who didn't know right from left, and they had to write R and L on his shoes because that's all he had to do was know which way the play was going, whether he was going right or left. So he plays in all 16 games, starts 6 of them, so not terrible. But September 3rd, 85, the end of training camp of the 85 season, the Cardinals waive defensive lineman Ramsey Dardar.
He's gone?
He's waived, yep. Then February 11th, 86, the New York Giants signed Ramsey Dardar.
Oh.
He was a teammate of Leonard Marshall's at LSU, so that might have helped here. So he, he spent his rookie season on the injured reserve, and he's ready to go. August 12th, 1986, in the middle of training camp, Giants cut 10, Dardar goes. He's cut by the Giants.
Damn it.
Which sucks because in the 86, the Giants won the Super Bowl and had a really fucking awesome year. They were great that year. All they had
to do was perform.
Oh, they were great that year. So, especially that defense. It's it's a crazy good defense. So they cut 10 free agents, including Ramsey Dardar, to cut their roster down. So that's that. They said they got all these evaluations and had to get the pink slip. They said Dardar, who missed 2 weeks of training camp because of a knee injury, seems to have a pesky knee injury that keeps coming up, was the most notable of the players let go because he was a third-round draft choice just a couple years ago. Right. And the Giants signed him, and Bill Parcells said, I think there's a chance he can be picked up. We had a lot of depth at nose tackle, and I didn't think he had enough talent to beat out the guys we had. So they had some goddamn good players on their defense was fucking stacked back then.
You know, you could count back the last several Super Bowls, and the ones that are the best games are someone's got an amazing defense, or both teams have amazing defense.
Something. And the Giants had Jim Burt and Jerome Salley at that position. They had Eric Howard, who was their second-round draft pick, and they had a lot of guys.
The last time there was just like an actual blowout of just points being poured on.
Yeah.
Probably the Cowboys, huh?
Was it that long ago? Cowboys-Bills you're talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, trying to think if there had to be a blowout since then.
I'm sure. I mean, the Broncos blew out Carolina, but that was on defense. That wasn't offense.
Yeah, there was a couple.
I think Peyton Manning didn't even have 100 yards of offense that game.
Not a lot of 55-10 Niners Broncos 89 Super Bowl happening. Yeah, that kind of shit.
Washington. Was it Washington Denver that was that? Did Washington blow out?
Washington blew out Denver. Yeah. Then the next year, San Francisco. Oh no, the next year was San Francisco, Cincinnati. Then San Francisco beat the shit out of the Broncos like 55-10. Yeah. And then Giants Bills was the next one after that. Yeah, that was a bad one.
First time I cried watching sports.
That was a bad day. I remember that.
Supposed to happen.
Definitely going for the Broncos. I was like, this is bad. This is really ugly. April 25th, 1987. Mm-hmm. This is fucking crazy. Ramsey Dardar Jr.
Yeah.
Ramsey Dardar Jr., the at this point 2-year-old son of Ramsey Dardar Sr., was struck by a car in a parking lot and killed.
There's no more Dardar 2?
No more. No. No, gone.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there is just
At
Ramsey
2
Dardar.
years old?
2 years old. 2 years and a month he made it.
Ooh.
That is bad shit.
That'll make you want to do crack, right?
I mean, yeah, sure. And he said it was a bitter pill to swallow. At that time, I was in the middle of my drug addiction. I felt like I was guilty that this happened, this tragedy happened. I felt like I let my wife down, my other kid down. My wife was pregnant at the time. It brought a lot of pain.
Did he run him over?
I don't think he ran him over.
He was just in charge of him.
He was struck by a car in a parking lot.
Yeah.
So 1987, May 13th, he is signed. He gets another chance.
Yeah.
Houston Oilers sign him.
Is that right?
To go from Louisiana State, it would make sense. That region, they'd like him there. So September 1st, 87, though, he's placed on injured reserve again.
He got hurt again.
He's hurt again. Don't know what's wrong with him. I believe his knee, and then he's waived again. So that's that. He's waived.
Done.
September 1st, he's hurt. October 7th, he's waived.
Wow.
That's it. So they welcome a girl, Denisia Durquell. Denisia Durquell is there.
That's her middle name?
Durquell is the middle name.
Oh.
Mr. and Mrs. Ramsey Dardar here. December 16th, 1987, funeral services are held for his dad, Murphy Dardar.
For his dad?
Now his dad's dead too.
Fuck.
About 7-8 months after his son dies, his dad's dead too.
That's a tough year.
He is having it tough, man. December 15th, 1988. He is in trouble here.
Uh-oh.
Ramsey James Dardar, 29, pleads guilty to issuing worthless checks worth less than $100. He's right. He's right. He's made no money.
Yeah.
I mean, I guarantee you, third-round draft pick for the Cardinals, he made nothing from them. Nothing.
So
he's got
he's
no money.
throwing out useless checks at the moment.
Yep. The charge was amended from an original charge of issuing worthless checks in excess of $500. He received 1 year's probation and must make restitution totaling $2,013.24, pay $850 to the Worthless Checks Bureau, and a $500 court cost and fine here.
That's terrible.
So February 20th, 1989, a Louisiana couple sued by a Beaumont car dealership and a Kirbyville woman Thursday in connection with the tragic death of their 2-year-old son.
Yeah.
Okay. Ramsey Dardar Jr. died April 25th, 87, when he ran into College Street and was struck by a car. According to police reports, the accident occurred while the boy's mother and a female friend were looking at new cars at a Heritage Lincoln Mercury dealer.
So much for parking lot. He ran into the fucking
They
road.
were in a parking lot. Police said the boy wandered off into blocked-off lanes of College Street under construction at the time. The friend spotted the boy and went after him, but he turned away and ran in front of a car traveling west in the opened lanes of the street.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Because you baby like that, you're like, don't run. And then they turn and run. Fuck.
My God.
It's like dealing with a dog outside that doesn't want to listen. The boy's parents filed suit in state district court against Heritage Auto World and Joyce Booker Barnett of Kirbyville, the driver of the car that struck the toddler. The Dardars contend in the lawsuit here that the child was sitting on the grass near the construction barricades when the friends called him. According to the lawsuit, he began running parallel to the traffic. They said an employee of Heritage Auto World began running toward the little boy, and it forced him to run into the lane of traffic.
He was scared.
Yeah, he doesn't know this guy. And it's a 2-year-old. It's a game at this point. Yeah. Now we're playing tag. He's chasing me. I'll run away.
Yeah, but also that person that's running towards him is just terrified that kid's about to get run over.
Yeah, he's like, holy shit, I got to get this. And maybe that'll get me a sale. I scoop your kid up out of traffic, buy a fucking car for me.
Today. Yeah.
Bill Cooper, general manager of Heritage Auto World, said he knew nothing about the case and said, talk to my lawyer, bitch. 1989, March 30th, Ramsey Dardar was booked Tuesday on charges of theft and forgery. He's accused of, again, writing a worthless check to a service station and forging a check stolen from a construction company. Now he's ordered held in lieu of $3,000 bond. So, I mean, from there, you got to figure out something to do with yourself, man. And you really do. This is fucking crazy. You can't just you need a job. You need a career.
You got to,
something.
But how do you when you're overcome with grief about a toddler dying and your dad and
it's a lot.
Your football career's over? You got to mourn.
There's a lot going on here. Well, I think I have a suggestion to cheer him up a little bit.
Sure.
I don't know if you know this, but March is Crawfish Madness Month at the Chateau Charles Hotel, Jimmy. Did you know that?
No.
Join us every Monday through Saturday for boiled crawfish serving from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., $5.95 per tray, draft beer served by the pitcher.
Hell yeah.
That sounds great. August 18th, 1989 here. Yep. Ramsey Dardar is sentenced for theft and unauthorized use of a movable valued at less than $1,000.
What is that? Oh, I guess a car or a truck or something?
I guess a bicycle.
Yeah.
Of some, anything
movable.
Anything, a skateboard or whatever he's got there. He was placed on, you, sir, may fuck off, 2 years probation with special conditions that he make restitution and pay fines totaling $500 and court costs, or serve 60 days in jail and submit to drug screening and rehabilitation if deemed necessary.
Okay.
So, November of 1989, the article here, the headline is Judge Holds Hammer Over Dardar's Head. They said a state judge ordered former LSU and National Football League player Ramsey Dardar to attend substance abuse meetings every day until he's arraigned on a charge of writing worthless checks. Every day. Oh, boy. He said, quote, "I've got a big hammer and I'm going to hold it over your head." Oh. Wow,
that sounds sexual also.
Very sexual. I've got a big hammer, and you better hope you don't bend over in front of me. Is all I'm saying.
Right over you.
Wow. He said, "You're a big man. You make your own bed. You're going to sleep in it."
Yeah.
An arraignment had been scheduled Wednesday for Dardar, who was all Southeastern Conference in his senior year. The arraignment's postponed. He ordered Dardar to enroll in a Mississippi substance abuse center and attend Alcoholics Anonymous meetings every day until his court date.
Wow.
And he said, "Why do I want you to do that?" Because Dardar is also accused of burglary here as well.
Oh shit.
He said, "So I can get." He said, "Why do I want you to do that?" And Dardar said, "So I can get straight." And the judge said, "If you can't do that, then I'll put you back in the parish prison." Okay. Straighten up. Above all, the judge said, Dardar should follow the guidance of his wife, who the judge said is trying to help her husband and keep him out of prison. Yeah, this poor woman's like, we got kids and, funerals, everything else. The judge said, she's the best thing you've got going for you because obviously up until this point, you don't give a damn about yourself.
Right.
Wow, this is some crazy marriage counseling from the judge. Imagine getting in a fight with her later on. She's going to whip out a court document going, actually, a judge.
I've been adjudicated the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Right?
I don't know what to tell you.
This ass is certified. So, Joe Dardar was booked last March on a charge accusing him of writing a $200 check in August '88, although he knew he didn't have enough funds. And he was booked last week with burglary. Police say the charge accuses him of breaking into a city police lieutenant's home on October 1st and stealing weapons.
What?
From a fucking police lieutenant. He stole weapons. You idiot.
Oh, boy.
What a moron. Speaking of that, November 30th, 1989, he's in more trouble. As the headline here from the Shreveport Journal says, Dardar is in more trouble. That's literally what it is. Yeah. State district judge revoked his $25,000 bond a day after deputies booked him on a new charge of possession of stolen property. He can't stop stealing shit.
Good Lord.
Wow.
He's got no money. It's got to be heartbreaking, man. He was drafted.
It does.
He's made nothing.
Third round's not bad. 2 weeks ago, he was arrested and booked on burglary. Wow. His fingerprints were recovered from a broken window where the burglars entered the lieutenant's house and stole weapons in that case. They got him on fingerprints, for Christ's sake. Yeah. At a hearing, McDonald postponed here. The charge stems from August '88, in which he wrote a $200 service station check. His arrest Tuesday was his third since March, where he was booked with issuing a worthless check. So, December 15th, 1989, he's all revoked, and he's booked on a new charge of possession of stolen property, like we said. He's in a lot of shit again now. This is the actual official arraignment and all that. April 8th, 1980, wow, St. Louis Post-Dispatch getting fucking savage on him.
Yeah.
Wow. From hero to zero, one football star sprint into trouble. From hero to zero, reverse Vanilla Ice he just did. Wow.
And sprint to trouble.
Wow. Ramsey Dardar had that curious combination that makes a man a celebrity in football. A melodic name, bone-breaking tackle, and an electric smile. He was a sweet mix of violence and charm in 1983, an All-American at Louisiana State, a poor boy from the bayou town of Cecilia, bound for glory. Selected in the third round. Oh, okay, here's some money talk. Selected in the third round of the National Football League draft, Dardar lifted weights instead of taking exams. The payoff, $175,000 from the St. Louis Cardinals. Adulation from students and alumni. Glad hands and back slaps from faces now long forgotten.
Yeah.
When he was dismissed from St. Louis with a knee injury 2 years later, he had a BMW, a Datsun 280Z, and a wife and a son named Ramsey Jr.
Nice.
Oh, he's got none of that now.
It's a good life.
Not bad. In 87, after stints with the Giants and Oilers, his career ended in a crash of bodies that snapped something in his shoulder. A month later, Ramsey Jr. was run over in a parking lot and killed.
No, he wasn't. He was run over in traffic.
In traffic, yeah, not in a parking lot. Many professional athletes face injuries that end their career. Many have been foiled by personal tragedies. Many suffer alcohol and drug problems. A few are lured into lives of crime. Well, so far, 522 that we've found.
A whole bunch.
A whole bunch. Well, not quite that many. We have multi-parters. Dardar got it all. Today, he's 265 pounds of Junkie and Mooch. What the fuck? That is, that's the name of the show. Junkie and Mooch.
That's amazing.
Oh, my God. Thank you, St. Louis Post-Dispatch, for that title. Of Junkie and Mooch.
That's very funny.
Of mice and men.
What a terrible way to be summed up.
That is terrible. Jesus. He lost.
You know how trends can be obliterated and destroyed because somebody just comes up with a very
that
beautiful 2 words or
something that rhymes.
One phrase, and it ruins it all.
Must have quit. That's the whole thing. DNA and everything. He rhymed, though. It's, telling you.
Junkie and Mooch at the same time.
Oof,
God damn.
Of Junkie and Mooch. He said he lost all his money on bad judgment. He can't find a job. He craves cocaine. Good God. He borrows money from LSU alumni with aggravating frequency. What else are you going to say? He doesn't wipe the toilet when he pisses all over it, and he parks his car crooked in parking lots. It makes it real difficult to park. What other? You're just picking everything out.
As an alumni, just kick. I guess he's probably asking for $50-$80 at a time, right?
Probably, yeah,
for
coke
cocaine.
Money. Prosecutors say he could face up to 40 years in state prison.
Wow.
On charges of burglary, theft, possession of a stolen gun, and passing bad checks. That's if he's convicted of everything and given the maximum all consecutive. That would be 40 years. So that's they never do that. That's ridiculous. In a saga that makes, quote, Everybody's All-American, the movie in which Dennis Quaid played a fading LSU football great, looked like Alice's trip down the rabbit hole. Now, 30, he's wondering where all the adulation went, wondering what happened to the safety nets, and that the applause has now faded. He went from hero to zero in the time it takes to play a football season. Wow. He's got a quote. Let's give him it in their own words on this, because he's gonna try to explain away his problems here, and that's pretty entertaining. So, in their own words, quote, I'm going to tell you, there's so much drugs in the NFL, it's almost impossible to stay away. It's like eating candy. But nobody made me get on that pipe. Nobody said go smoke cocaine. I did that on my own, and it was the worst thing that could have happened. It makes you unmanageable, makes you confused. It made me want to kill myself.
Did it?
There you go. I think that's what In Their Own Words was made for.
Shit, yeah.
Is that quote. So he said he had toyed around with drugs as a pro, but didn't get serious about it till he got hurt. Really get into it.
Didn't get real serious about hard illicit drugs.
No, he said since then he slid deeper and deeper into the hole. He said, drug dealers like to know a guy like me. They want to get high with me. They turn me on. I never had to pay for drugs. I'm telling you, the sports guys just had so much drugs being thrust at them from that was the way in.
Yeah.
That was the way in is, hey, we got a bunch of coke over here, and the guys would go hang out with you for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. He said, whenever someone called and said they had a bump for me, I was there. Wow. That is crazy. So clear-eyed and articulate, attentive to their daughter he brought along in court, they're saying, or in this restaurant, Dardar sat in a restaurant recently to tell his story. It could have been worse. Eric Ellington, one of Dardar's teammates at LSU, lives on a sidewalk in Atlanta. Oh, lovely. Jesus Christ.
He's got a piece of concrete.
Wow. Yeah. Another LSU player who lives in Atlanta and run into Ellington a few times, even loaned him a few dollars, said he looks pitiful, just like a traditional street person.
Take it easy.
Traditional street person. None of this newfangled street person, hippie shit. Traditional street person,
He's throwing it back.
Bindle and everything. He really is a throwback. Then there's Lawrence Williams, Dardar's friend, another LSU star and former pro whose residence these days is the Beauregard Parish Prison, where he's serving time for parole violations. Mm-hmm. At least Dardar still has a roof over his head, a modest apartment, notably lacking in LSU memorabilia. No. He's still got his wife, Lorraine, and their 2 children. He's not in jail yet. His case is scheduled for May. An assistant district attorney said, to put it in legal language, Ramsey's in deep doo-doo.
Deep Dardar.
Deep Dardar. We're not anxious to see that he goes to jail, but there's a lot of victims out there who have an interest in this case, said an LSU fan who used to sit next to Dardar's family at Tiger Stadium. Dardar accepts that he's responsible for his fate, but there's a trace of bitterness toward the LSU community for what's happened to him and some of his teammates.
What?
He said, quote, once you're in the spotlight, you've got a lot of friends. But when you go down, there's no friends. They can be so cold, man. They can be so cold. Because they weren't your friends.
No, right.
You were reflecting glory upon them. That's it. That's who they are. Those are fucking called hangers-on.
Right.
That's it. They said some alumni begged to differ. One guy, Nathan Fisher, a lawyer and LSU booster who's providing free legal help for Ramsey, so that's one of the advantages, said so many people have tried to help him, but every time someone tries to do something for him, they get burned. Ramsey's burned so many bridges in this town, it's just amazing. Right. Former LSU coach Jerry Stovall and also a former Cardinals player and now Baton Rouge banker is another source of Dardar's borrowed income. He said, my goodness, Ramsey Dardar is one of the most likable young men you'll ever meet. That's what makes his story so sad. There were once a lot of people from his hometown, from his high school, who wanted to grow up to be like Ramsey Dardar. And to see that he's thrown it all away, he trails off there.
Yeah, well, that's what makes him so much fun to do coke with.
Yeah, I bet he's a real good time.
Yeah.
Dardar talks of the settlement he one day expects from the NFL because of his injury, but all he has to show for it now is permanently swollen right shoulder. He said it still hurts, and so does everything else. He said, quote, I've lost so much it just blows my mind. I was once put on a pedestal and brought to nice parties to sign autographs for kids. I gave my time. All I want is a little time back. I don't want their money, but don't get me wrong, the money helps. What I need is a job. He is all over the place. He sounds like a guy who's on coke.
Yeah, he's
everywhere.
Like a crackhead.
He's all over the place.
Don't get me wrong, the money helps. I don't want to say don't give me money.
But what I need is a job. I need direction. It's just become the everyday struggle of life. You know, man? That's what he says. Yeah. You know, man. After lunch, Dardar pulled from his pocket a notice from the utility company threatening to turn off his lights unless he could come up with $97.57 the next day.
Oh, my God.
Jesus. That was unlikely considering it took him 5 minutes of fishing around the floor of his pickup to find a nickel so his 2-year-old daughter, Denisia, could get a gumball out of a candy machine.
Oh, boy.
So he asked for a moment alone with another friend at lunch, Carlos Hornbrook, another LSU alumni. They walked outside together as Dardar started talking. He talked, and Hornbrook finally pulled his checkbook out of his pocket. About 20 yards away, with Denisia absorbed in her gumball, played in the rain-slicked parking lot, she darted between 2 parked cars and into the path of a car full of customers coming for lunch. Are you kidding me?
Why can't you watch your children?
The car braked in time to miss the little girl. Thank fuck. Imagine 2 kids run over by cars. That's all your fault. Everybody loses track of your kid once in a while. Both 2? Fuck you.
No. Can't blame anybody but yourself when you do that.
Wow, but Dardar was oblivious. He was putting the check in his pocket. He was still talking. Didn't even notice that his kid almost got killed. Okay, May 18th, 1990. Warrant issued for former star.
Why?
Arrest warrants have been issued for LSU football star Ramsey Dardar for driving a stolen car, fleeing from an arresting officer, and failing to appear in court.
Nice job.
When he didn't show up in court, a judge issued a warrant for his arrest. He also signed an arrest warrant that accuses Dardar of driving the stolen car and fleeing from a policeman who stopped him. He had been scheduled to stand trial on burglary on bad checks on Monday. His attorney said that he has no recent contact with his client and said, "I presume he will either turn himself in or be arrested."
Wow.
Those are the only real two. Eventually, that'll happen.
Yeah, that's certainly the logical conclusions to make.
Oh, shit. On the day he was supposed to be in court, Dardar drove to the offices of the Tiger Rag magazine, which is the LSU thing, and offered to sell a first-person article for publication, according to J.R. Ball, one of the staff writers. Tiger Rag's a weekly publication which is devoted to LSU sports and is frequently at odds with the athletic department. They said he was trying to sell the rights to a first-person story regarding his personal situation and his feelings about the LSU community betraying him, the Tiger Rag publisher said.
You guys made a story? I got one for you.
I got one. This guy said he gave Dardar a, quote, small cash advance, but no decision has been made as to whether the magazine would publish the article. They said it appeared Ramsey was very distraught about his situation and had a very hostile attitude toward the LSU community, with the exception of former LSU coach Jerry Stovall and a few members of the current coaching staff.
Yeah.
Wow. May 22nd, 1990. Well, he's turned himself in or got arrested here. Here he is, Ramsey Dardar, who skipped his trial on 2 felony charges last week, is sentenced to, you, sir, may fuck off 6 months in parish prison.
Okay.
The judge, Dardar told the judge he failed to appear in court because he thought he was supposed to be there Thursday.
I was
got my days
confused about the date, you guys.
I just didn't know. He was booked at the parish prison on 4 bench warrants. He's accused of worthless checks, illegally possessing goods, and 2 counts of simple burglary on an inhabited dwelling. May 25th, 1990, they add another count to him here, accusing him of aggravated burglary. He's accused of entering a home, arming himself with a knife, stealing a wallet and a checkbook, and riding away on the owner's bicycle.
There's the movie.
Are you? Yeah, come on, man. I mean, your big ass on a bicycle. As soon as your big ass got on a bicycle, you should have said, "Man, my life is fucked up right now." Flattered and hammered shit, as Ellsworth would say.
Yeah, I gotta look goddamn ridiculous.
I look like a moron.
Yeah, and I am.
And I am because there's several warrants for me right now, so I'm an idiot.
And
I'm
I look like a bear escaping the circus.
Yeah. And for all I know, my kid is currently running in traffic. Currently. The judge sentenced him to 6 months in jail for skipping the trial on a felony charge there. He's also being held for the State Department of Probation and Parole in connection with a probation violation in another parish.
Oh, boy.
So, June 10th, 1990. Here's an article in the Times, and it says, choosing the right path. After retiring from the good life as NFL players, former LSU stars Ramsey Dardar and Greg LaFleur were faced with adapting to the real world. One made the right choices, the other didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. It was after a long, hot football practice in August when Ramsey Dardar and Greg LaFleur sat in the St. Louis Cardinals locker room and talked. The two played together at LSU. Now they were trying to survive 2-a-day practices in the pros. The other guy here, LaFleur, said, Ramsey said to me, I don't need this. I can go back to Baton Rouge and get a good job, LaFleur recalls. And I was thinking to myself, be for real. The only reason you had that high-paying job in college was because the LSU coaches got you that job. None of that's legal, by the way.
Right. Well, there's that. But there's also the recognizing that is a big deal. That's part of why LaFleur is not in trouble. And
exactly. Yeah, he knew I'm a football player. That's why they gave me shit. He just thought that this is like in Casino when he's like the front guy wanted to. He just wanted to think that we gave him the casino because he's fucking smart. You know what I mean? Like just because you're a great guy, everybody was giving you shit. Right. They said reality always was a problem for Dardar. When LaFleur faced reality, he was given a minor jolt. Reality, though, gave Dardar a knockdown punch. For LaFleur, life without football meant fighting the battles in the real world. After working in the restaurant business and teaching, LaFleur is now an event coordinator in the LSU athletic department. For Dardar, life without football has been hell. Spent time in drug rehab, run-ins with the law. His son was killed in a car accident. That's one way to put it. Been arrested all over the place. He's been begging for money from LSU alumni and old friends. Yeah. Dardar and LaFleur were brothers in arms at LSU and St. Louis, then traveled completely different paths after football. Many wonder why.
Many.
Coach Jerry Stovall has a reason, maybe. He said, if I knew that answer, I'd bottle it up and make $1 million.
What?
How do you prevent stupid from occurring, I think is what he's getting at. If I knew how to keep guys from having self-destructive behavior, I'd be a star.
If I knew how to keep NFL athletes off of drugs, Off anybody.
Women and cocaine.
People off of drugs.
He said, I have 2 children at home, and there's a world of difference between them. Sometimes you really don't know what makes people turn out the way they do. That's true. LaFleur thinks he knows why he successfully adjusted to life without football. He says he prepared himself for the moment. He said, when I left pro ball, I wanted to make sure all the bills were paid because I knew there was no way I was going to go out and make the same kind of money I was making in the NFL. Again, smart. LaFleur always knew reality was right around the corner. He grew up in Ville Platte, which is a small-town murder town. Yeah. He quickly learned the difference between reality and illusion. At LSU, he saw that college football is mostly an illusion. He said in college athletics, if you don't keep the proper perspective, you can get all caught up in it. Start believing your own shit.
Right.
He said it's totally unreal. There's nothing real about it. The only thing you get from Division I athletics is discipline. That's the only thing you benefit from. Nothing else is real. Your registration's done for you. You pick your classes. There's someone to do that for you. You go to practice every day, and there's a clean uniform waiting for you. When the summer comes, they find you a job paying up to $15 an hour, which was huge money in 1982.
Yeah.
It was huge. They put you in a safe job where you're not climbing scaffolding 30 feet high.
Right.
But that's not real, and you have to keep it in perspective. He said that he kept things in perspective during college. He did the same thing when he returned to Louisiana after playing tight end for 5 seasons with the Cardinals and 1 with the Colts. He kept his perspective even when job applications were being rejected. Yeah. He said, there was times when I thought, did playing football pay off? LaFleur said, but the funny thing is, every job I've gotten I haven't applied for, they called me.
Right.
Meaning, football. When LSU athletic director Joe Dean called, LaFleur returned to athletics. He's been a graduate assistant at LSU before failing to obtain a job on the Tigers coaching staff. Now he was back at LSU. He said, I enjoy what I'm doing. I always felt like I would go into coaching because I knew the game and enjoyed the game. But now, being on the administrative side, I like the fact that a drop pass can't cost you your job. Always before, I thought you had to be up here watching films till midnight. Now I can go home at 4:30 or 5. I like that. Being a football coach sounds horrible.
Oh, my God. I can't imagine.
Horrible. Like, horrible.
I've never seen a position in any sport, whether it be player or coach, that has more cardiovascular problems. These men are in such dire straits all the time.
It's fucking insane, right?
Health-wise. I don't know if they drink heavy or if they smoke heavy or what they're using, but they're using something that is, their cardio is so fucked.
They don't sleep, those guys either. They don't. All they do is sit around and eat snacks and shit all day, too. There's always a lot of spread, always a lot of food spreads at these football training camps and shit. They feed the guys a lot because they
poor bastards are a mess.
But they all are. All of them are, half of them sleep in the fucking film room half the year when they're there. There's a fucking go to sleep at 1 a.m. and wake up at 5 and put more film on. I can't be that interested in football. I just couldn't. No. Ramsey Dardar's home will soon be in the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison where he'll serve 6 months. He earned his way there. Yeah, he did. Ramsey Dardar didn't have to end up this way. He just did. When he played at LSU, he was a favorite of the media and fans. He was pleasant and quotable. He always had a smile on his face. After being an all-SEC nose guard on the 82 Orange Bowl team, Dardar was drafted in the 3rd round. He signed for $175,000. It was big money for a kid from Breaux Bridge. He then added all the luxuries of his newfound fame, the Beamer, the Datsun that we talked about. Sure. There was also cocaine, plenty of cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was talking about that. He said, talked about his time in drug rehab. He had to check into that. He said he had grown accustomed to living at an NFL salary level, but when he left pro football, reality was waiting to slap him down.
Not easy.
Yep, that's not good. LaFleur says, we've had more people try to help Ramsey. The problem is he wants a job where he can make $50,000 a year. It doesn't work that way. There's lots of people that work 30 years and don't make 30 grand a year. This is the late 80s we're talking about. 50 grand a year was real good money in the late 80s. It was
very impressive money,
you could support a family on that. Ramsey Dardar needed money. He needed to pay bills. He needed to support his wife and his 2 children. He needed to support a cocaine habit.
Right.
Sometimes he would ask LSU alums for money. Sometimes he would just break into a house. Then he got caught. Prior to being sentenced for the burglary and bad checks, the 30-year-old Dardar said he felt betrayed by LSU. He said the school turned its back on him and he was willing to sell his story to a publication.
Motherfuckers.
LaFleur thinks that he's betraying himself. He said the Giants signed him because their defensive line coach is one of LSU assistant Pete Jenkins' best friends. They tried to help him. Yeah. They put him in rehab. They did all this shit. They tried to help him. So they said he was such a great kid when I coached him here. This is the coach that gave him the reference. The way things are today, I'm not shocked, but he wouldn't have been one of the guys I would have expected this to happen to.
Okay.
Greg LaFleur says he plans to stay in athletic administration. Ramsey Dardar says he plans to try not to be in prison for the next 20 years, pretty much. The Tiger Rag publisher, who gave him a few bucks for this story, said, I think Ramsey's going to end up okay. When he gets off the drugs and the alcohol and spends the time in jail, I think he'll decide it's better to be out in that field picking okra than in jail.
I mean,
not if you're an injured giant man. It's not going to be great. Is he 6'5"? That's you can't pick things from the ground.
Just out there picking okra.
That ain't going to work. Okra's a low thing, right?
Yeah.
You ain't picking that shit out. That's
it's a low
labor.
plant.
You got to get people who are 5'2" to do that. You can't get a 6'5" guy. He'd fucking be broken in 15 minutes. So, he said that's what he needs to do. He said when it hurts bad enough, people will change. He's got a lot of people that are willing to help. And he said, I think he can be rehabilitated. I think what it boils down to is not having hope. From talking to him, he's painted himself in a corner. Feels like he has no hope. He can't do what he wants to do and doesn't know what he can do.
Yeah, you got to have hope.
All right. October 21st, 1990. This is the Town Talk here newspaper. They said he is a fucking moron, is what this whole thing says. And we'll get to also his sentencing here for some shit. He is, we'll just give you the sentencing now. Yeah. He is sentenced to, here we go, you, sir, may fuck off 5 years in prison on each of the 3 burglary charges to which he pleaded guilty, but all suspended except for 18 months.
Okay.
So he's going to do 18 months, but he's got 5 years. The judge said, I'm willing to give you another chance. But he said Dardar will have to serve the entire 15-year sentence if he violates the terms of his probation for 5 years. He said, don't think for a minute that I will hesitate to send you there. And Dardar said, yes, sir. He could have received up to 36 years in prison.
36?
Yeah. This is the prosecutors dropped the charges of issuing worthless checks and illegal possession of stolen items in exchange for the admission that he committed burglaries on May 31st and October 1st, 1989 and May 15th, 1990. Okay. Dardar must repay $5,000 or $5,500 to his victims, undergo more substance for treatment or substance abuse, treatment for substance abuse, and spend at least 500 hours at community service.
Wow.
The defense attorney said Dardar can get out of jail Christmas Day with credit for good behavior and for the months in jail since he pled guilty in June to 3 counts of simple burglary.
Sure.
His lawyer said Ramsey wants to do right. He wants to succeed. But he said he was just ill-prepared for life after football. That's all it was. The problem was, Dardar said, I was hooked on cocaine and I had a hard time dealing with myself when my career was over. I was just so hooked hard on drugs. He said that basically he didn't do shit for academics in school.
No.
And his lawyer reveals that he had okay, this is insane. I don't even know how you do this. I'd never heard of this before. On the ACT, which is one of the college entry tests, you can get up to 36 on the ACT. That's a perfect score.
3,600?
36.
36 points.
0 to 36 on the ACT. He got a 3.
Ooh.
A 3.
I never took any college placement test, but I think I'd score higher than a 3.
Yeah, I would say so. He also found out his lawyer had him send him to a place. He has an IQ of 71.
Oh my God! What?
That's Gumpian. I think Forrest Gump was 72.
That's why he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's a fucking moron. That doesn't help.
He doesn't understand.
And they said he should have, well, quote, this man should have never been allowed to go to college. He was taken simply because of his football prowess.
Should have never been allowed.
Shouldn't have let him in the fucking door, this goddamn guy.
So funny.
He said he was set up to fail. The reason he was a football player, college is for students first and then for football players. The system failed.
That's why they call it a student athlete, because student is first.
Student comes first. He said that the educational system may have failed Dardar here, the judge said. He said it's unfair to them to be modern-day gladiators. He said, what do we do with them when it's over, what the sentencing judge said. Dardar sobbed heavily and rubbed tears from his cheeks as the judge spoke. But his lawyer said that it was wrong to blame LSU for his problems. He said Dardar said they gave me the support, or they gave me the opportunity. I'm the one that screwed it up.
Okay.
And the lawyer said he would have probably had the same troubles at any school.
Yeah.
Period, because he's a moron, basically. LSU officials have offered him a job when he's released from prison, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes. The judge suggested that Dardar counsel other athletes and students for his public service work and that he make a videotape showing the highlights of his career and where he finds himself today.
The highlights?
Highlights.
Are there any?
Fucking doesn't seem like it.
No.
March of 1991, he is released from prison after 6 months.
Oh, boy.
He is free for a week when he's arrested again. After all that. He was booked Thursday with aggravated burglary after he was found inside a fucking house. Exactly what he went to jail for.
Caught in the act.
In the act. Officers were dispatched to a residence at about 3 a.m. when neighbors reported hearing noises from inside the house.
Yeah.
The captain said a man was arrested after the officers found the back door had been forced open. Oh, what a fucking idiot. That's incredible. So April 27th, 1991, judge pulls out of Dardar case.
Yeah?
Yeah. He said, the judge said, I just told him he kicked me in the teeth so many times that I didn't think I could be fair. I'm so pissed off at this guy. I literally said, I can't be impartial because I want to strangle you.
You told me to go fuck myself way too many times. I'm tired of you.
He said it's an awful thing to say, but at least I'm honest. He said I can't be fair. That's fine. He's just tired of seeing this fucking guy. Wow. Dardar remained in prison today on a $1 million bond.
Oh, he's in so much trouble.
Are staying here. Yeah, as part of his sentence, he's got a 15-year suspended sentence that he could get now again. So he's got a trial set for September of 1991. July 27th, 1991, here, he apparently this is Dardar testified during a preliminary hearing that he broke into a home on March 7th to steal whatever he could find. Police found stolen jewelry in the truck he was driving that night, but he had told police the jewelry must have belonged to someone else, and he did not know it was there before they told him about it. It's in... How many other people's jewelry do you have in here? Do people just store jewelry in your car usually?
Not mine. No.
You should come here like, whose fucking medallion is this? I haven't seen this. Must be someone.
I'm so tired of everybody putting all this jewelry in my car.
I like open up this, put my cup in the cup holder full of just rubies and diamonds. I can't even get my shit in there.
Goddamn jewels.
The jewelry, according to testimony, had been stolen from a residence the night before.
Of course.
Now, Dardar said that he loaned his wife's truck to someone else on March 6th in return for drugs. So he said that person, who, by the way, I don't remember their name, he must have been the one who committed the theft. And then I said, great idea, and went out the next day and did it too. He said he was in the house over an hour, March 7th, when he decided he could not go through with the theft. He said it was weighing on my soul. He said, quote, I was fixing to leave. I'd gotten paranoid. I started thinking about everything I'd been through with cocaine, and as much as I wanted to, I couldn't make myself do it. I knew it would happen. He was caught by police on his way out of the house. They found nothing missing in the house. So he was booked and all this type of shit.
Fixing to leave.
Yep. He said, quote, I got 2 kids and a wife, and I love them very much. I messed up. I let temptation get to me. I was just mad, and I was also depressed. Yeah. So April 30th, 1992, oh boy, he's going to get sentenced, and he says, I'm not blaming anyone for my drug habit. I know I've done wrong. And the judge says, if you don't change, you'll be forever in the criminal justice system. You got yourself caught up in drugs. This whole thing about blaming other folks for your shortcomings has to stop.
Yeah.
And then you, sir, may fuck off 6 years in prison.
Okay, that's a good start.
Not good. And then a little while later, his mom dies.
Oh, no.
1996, his mom's dead.
When it rains, it pours for this poor fuck.
It really does. Jesus. March 1997 here. He is released from prison.
Okay.
So he's out. November 16th, 1997. Guess what happens?
He's arrested?
He's arrested again.
Yeah.
He was stealing something. They said when the man saw the police car, he dropped the bag he was carrying and ran. They used a police dog to track him, where he hid under a house, and he wouldn't come out, so they had to send the dog in to get him.
Oh, no.
They struggled for several minutes, and the man hit the dog with a screwdriver and an axe handle, gashing the dog's muzzle.
That was dumb.
That was stupid, but I have a thing with police that you should not be allowed to sick an animal on people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
get your fat ass in wherever the fuck they are and go get them. And if you can't, then you don't get to sick a wild animal. And then imagine something's biting you and they go, don't hit that dog. I will I'll cut that fucking thing's throat if it's got a hold of my leg. And I love dogs, and you know that.
Yeah.
But if it's got a hold of my fucking femoral artery, I will cut its fucking head off if I have to.
Yeah, but they've passed
just like a person I would do too. I know.
Going to jail forever.
Yeah, it's a cop now. It's a cop.
They swore it in.
Great.
It
if he's a sausage. Cop, if a goddamn police officer pulled you over, chased you, and then bit you for fucking 5 minutes, that guy would get fucking fired for that shit. So guess what? Well, if he can't not bite me, he can't be a cop. And someone's got to bring that up in this fucking Supreme Court or somewhere, because that's the craziest fucking law ever. This dog's a person now.
Another great point is that if my dog is very protective of me, and if a police officer grabbed a hold of me and my dog bit him, he'd shoot my fucking dog.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
2 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
Yet you are supposed to lay there and let a guy. I mean, sure, you shouldn't run from the cops to begin with, but you can't use a wild animal to. You know when they did that? You know when they did that? When they would send dogs after people when they ran?
Yeah.
That's when they did that. Fucking dogs.
Don't run from cops bit is fucked too, because they don't only do it when they'll throw that motherfucker in your car when you're in the car.
Train a murder of crows to peck your eyes out? Like, where's the fucking line? Where's the line? Why can't they bring a tiger to maul you? Like, what's the line? You know what I mean? A fucking trained German shepherd that bites you is not a cop.
And then they also name these fucking things wild names like Magnum and shit like that.
Yeah.
They're like, Deputy Magnum, go get him. Why can't I fire on that?
That's crazy. Use the dogs to find people. Yeah. Fine. Use the dogs for rescue. Use the dogs to find drugs. Fine. You can't use a dog to do your fat ass job because you're not fast enough to catch a guy. Fuck you.
You know what's going to happen?
Get faster
one of those
cops.
Dogs is going to eat somebody that didn't do anything, and that's when
I'm sure they do all the time.
Yeah. Do you think they've got to, right?
Fuck yeah, they have to. The cops arrest people that didn't do anything a lot.
That's what I mean.
They got to stick a dog on them once in a while, sure.
Oh, the dog doesn't know.
dog doesn't. He's just, you told me to bite him. I bit him. So
he told me to bite him. I bit him because I thought he was him.
yeah, I thought that exactly. So he's arrested for simple burglary of an inhabited dwelling, resisting arrest, and injuring a police dog.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is pretty fucked here. He's freed on bond December 5th of that year. April 1st, 1988. Guess what?
He's arrested.
He's fucking arrested again.
Yeah.
Yep. Incredible. He's been free on bond since December. He was arrested early Monday inside the house after neighbors reported hearing glass breaking.
Oh my God,
Again.
he's just constantly doing it.
Dumb. Upon arriving at the house, police found electronic equipment outside. Dardar surrendered several minutes after officers surrounded the house. Police added several additional counts of burglary for break-ins in the same part of the city. So he's been doing this. He was booked on aggravated burglary, being a felon in possession of a firearm, 6 counts each of simple burglary and simple burglary of an inhabited dwelling. He's being held in lieu of $200,000 bond.
Oh, boy.
He's a fucking idiot. June 30th, 1998, pleads guilty to 8 burglaries.
Dang, he's a fucking criminal.
He is fucked, and he is expected, the prosecutor says he's expected to get 32 years.
Serial criminal, man. He won't quit.
This is fucking crazy. So, this is crazy. Judges faced with young and first-time drug offenders would do well to sentence the defendants to study the life and times of Randy Dardar. This newspaper says, of Randy Dardar, not Ramsey. This newspaper says Randy Dardar in the fucking headline.
That's how forgetful he is.
Jesus Christ.
Forgettable, I guess, is the word.
Yeah. So he is pretty fucked. They say that what happened to Ramsey Dardar, got hooked on crack cocaine, burned away his potential in life, his education, recognition, and everything else. Sure. He's fucked here. This, by the way, plea bargain gives him a guarantees him a sentence of 32 years, but saved him from additional counts that could have amounted to more than 100 years in prison.
Wow.
For being a fucking idiot. The judge who ordered first-time offenders to study the life, judges who ordered the first-time offenders to study his life should follow that order with a reminder. If you don't just say no the first time you're offered drugs, you could spend thousands of nights in a prison cell wishing you had. Yeah, that's the solution.
Just say no the first time and you'll never go to jail.
In prison, he remained married to his original wife. She stayed with him. This broad loves him. He said Lorraine would bring his children to visit him, but for the first few years, she didn't go in to visit herself.
She's got to be worried that this dodo bird can't take care of himself.
That's what it is. September 2017, paroled. Mm-hmm. He gets paroled, relocates to Louisiana to Baton Rouge, and wants to reconnect with LSU.
Of course he does.
Yeah, he's welcomed home through Professional Athletes Supporting Students program, a nonprofit founded by former LSU players to aid at-risk youth in academic, sports, and personal development via a community event at Walk-On's restaurant.
Right.
So, yeah, he has opportunities to mentor young people, to not be a fuck-up. November 2017, he keeps saying, I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed.
Right.
Yep, he tells the wait staff at Walk-Ons he's being celebrated by those who love him, just 3 weeks removed from a 19-year prison sentence. He says he wants to be dedicated to helping students to succeed in sports and in school and in life. So he is, ready to go. He said, God has a plan for me. He took me off the streets because I could have gotten killed. Some of the people I was hanging around with and some of the areas I was hanging out in, it's not a good place to be. But when you're on drugs, that doesn't matter.
It's a terrible place to be.
Yeah. I'm 20 years drug-free. The night I got arrested and I was in that police car, I knew I was going to do some time. I asked God to help me, to give me the time to wean myself off drugs. So he said he worked out, got clean, and, even played football till the program was cut. He says everybody talks about Camp J. That's lockup. That's the place where guys can't live in population. It's well known all over the country. It was pretty rough when I first got there. Being that I was Ramsey Dardar to a lot of people, football player, people wanted to know what it was like being an LSU football player, being a professional player. It helped me survive Camp J.
Oh.
Yeah. And he said Lorraine made it a point to bring the children around, making the drive from Atlanta. She said she always brought my kids to see me. After some years passed, she finally started coming in. We stayed in touch with each other the whole time. She made sure my children were close to me. They came often, all the way from Atlanta. I thank her for it. My children always supported me. Even today, we have a real good relationship due to the actions my wife took. She says Ramsey's the type of person, he's very kind-hearted. The man I fell in love with, married, I was hoping and wishing he came back, and I think he did. If I was going to leave, it was leaving something he turned into. And he said that he only received 3 or 4 write-ups his entire prison sentence. He said most guys end up with 100. Right. Yeah, he said his family met him at the gates. He said, me and my wife have been up and down the hallway because all my old friends from high school, junior high, my school teachers, some of whom I've forgotten. I've gotten calls from all over the country. He said he's visiting some of his friends and things like that, and he says, I'm just blessed. Mm-hmm. Okay. September 3rd, 2020, the day after he moves into a home. Okay. He, a teammate of Cecilia resident Ramsey Dardar from the Charlie Mack and Jerry Stovall eras, Lyman White, says a GoFundMe account has been set up for Dardar, who lost his house in Lake Charles to Hurricane Laura the day after moving into it.
He bought a house, moved in, day 2.
Destroyed by a hurricane. Holy shit. The GoFundMe.
Now I'm just convinced he's cursed.
He's cursed. He's cursed.
Him.
It absolutely is. The goal is to raise $2,500 on GoFundMe back then.
Why? That's what his house is worth?
Rent or a hotel while his shit gets repaired. I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. November 18th, 2025, he had his high school jersey, number 45, retired at a ceremony. Mm-hmm. And that's it. Can't get enough of Ramsey Dardar. You can get a Sunbeam Bread brand LSU football card here for $3 from 1983.
Or just leave your door unlocked and move to Baton Rouge.
He'll find you. Leave some Coke out on the. It's like they used to say with Omar on The Wire. They go, "You want to find Omar? Go stand out on the corner with a big ass package." That's how you find him. He'll find you.
He'll be right there.
He'll be right there. Yeah, leave your door open and some jewelry on the counter. He'll be there. So there you go, everybody. There is Ramsey Dardar. And quite the goddamn little weird tale of a guy that we've never really heard of. And just a fucking disaster. A guy who
could have been and couldn't have been. He's just cursed.
He couldn't stay healthy. Then he couldn't stay off drugs. And you're not going to get healthy if you're on drugs.
He can't stay at other people's houses.
Can't stay at other people's houses. He's all fucked up. So there you go. If you enjoyed this episode, I got an idea what to do. Get on whatever app you're on and give us 5 stars. It helps a lot. We don't know why. But it does. Just tell us what you would leave out for the Dardar fairy in case they came to your house. He's like the Tooth Fairy, but you don't leave him anything. He just takes what he wants. Yeah, he doesn't leave anything behind when he goes.
He's the Junkie and Mooch
of Junkie and Mooch. That's what it was. Amazing. Crazy goddamn story. So anyway, there is Ramsey Dardar. Like we said, give a whatever 5 stars and tell them what you think. And head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. There's tons of merchandise, everything from skateboards to coffee cups. You can't beat it. And also tickets for live Small Town Murder shows. Mm-hmm. We are going to be in Milwaukee on September 18th, Minneapolis on September 19th, Dallas on the 3rd of October, San Jose and Sacramento on October 16th and 17th, and then November 13th and 14th, Terrytown and goddamn Boston, baby, to close it all out. So get those tickets right now. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Follow on social media at Crime and Sports. Get yourself Patreon. My Christ, what are you waiting for? Patreon.com/crime in sports, just like this show. All you have to be is $5 a month or above, and that has never gone up, and it's not going up. And you get everything we put out. As soon as you subscribe, you're going to get almost 400 back bonus episodes you've never heard before. You can binge on those. You get new ones every other week, one Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get them all.
You bet.
This week, Crime and Sports, Death on Skis, baby. People dying in skiing accidents. Crazy sport. No idea why anybody does it. Small Town Murder, Love After Lockup Time, Season 6. Can't wait to tell you guys all about it because
Perfect.
It's pretty much all we talk about, so we can't wait to share those conversations with you. Check that out. That is patreon.com/crime in sports, and you get every show we put out, all 3 shows, well, 4 if you count Express Small Town Murder, all ad-free with your Patreon. And you get a shout out at the end of the show, which is right now. Jimmie, do me a big favor. Hit me with the names of the most fantastic goddamn people going who keep this show alive. Hit me with them right fucking now.
This executive producer Gary Howard checking in Alabama, Georgia.
What up,
and
there?
Happy Hours checking in Splendora, Texas.
Oh, Splendora.
Happy Hour just got a new truck. His buddy got his old truck, and fucking this thing is. I'll send you the pictures that I got of this truck are, James, it makes me want to drive a fucking Peterbilt to the grocery store. It's badass.
I'm really want to drive this Peterbilt real quick. We got it.
Excuse me. Everybody out of the way. I have to get Oreo cookies. Other producers this week are Peyton Meadows, Liz Vasquez, Janice Hill, Scott Richard, James Donovan Harris II, Lena McCown, Katie Caddy, Halea Kala, Kim with no last name, Brianna Carr, Anita Justice, Lauren
Justice.
Ashmore. What is it?
I said, I need a justice.
Yeah,
How dare you?
perhaps
Get all the justice.
I'm sure that's their real name, actually, because it's spelled U.S., not I-C-E.
Yeah, probably.
So certainly some. All right, Brooke Rice, Lauren Ashmore, Lacey with no last name, Mike Friday, Ralph Sampson, 50, Lee Donnersberger, Mylene Barty, ADA, the law has donated to us. Amy McLean, Nina Corbett. Oh, it might be Ada, just in all caps. Or it's ADA. I don't know. Jackie Anderson, Jonathan Thatcher, Dow Oy. That is a tough one to. All right. Kyle Huge. Good for you. Amanda Fancher, Samsung, Brian Donahue, Lynn Whalen Mortimer, Becky Cooch, Cock, not Cock, but it's Kutch. Ashley Robinson, Nikki Mann, Michael with no last name, Joel Barnhart, Stacy Myers, Ari with no last name, Jocelyn Pinto Alvarez, Ashley Johnson, Shannon Burnett, maybe it's Shannon, Paige Carson, Lacey Strickland, Jess B, Heather Bevan, that's Hetty Lang, Minga with no last name, Jackie with no last name, Brandy McCracken, McCracken, I'm sure it is. Wanda Waters, Sloth with no last name. Kelly Coyne, Dustin Brightkreutz, Justin Terry. I think it was Dustin. Did I say Justin? I don't know. Finally, with no last name. Right. Jen Logan, Dave, no last name. Nurse Rowe, Levi with no last name. Jennifer Loggins, Kenny's kid. Tara G, Katie Stout Batista, Jerry Fitzgerald, Bobby Hollersgay. Austin Roos, Mr. Moose, Regina Lamana, Kings Come Down, Thick Ticonderoga, Ticonderoga. There it is. It's not that hard. Christine with no last name. Jessica Thomas. Kristen with no last name. Aaron Anderson. Nicole, no last name. Lucas Danielson. Nick with no last name. Christian Jennings. Dennis Ambrocchio. Jackie with no last name. Jack with no last name. Nick O-Ring. Ryan Rosser. Kay Richardson, Amanda W, 79, Chad Jones, Allison Williams, Charles Jenkins, Justine Kendall, Haley with no last name, Nicole White, Stacy Lewinson, Diamond Deb, Brian Kuehl, Cole, Janet Cole. That's two people that know each other probably. Maybe it's Kull and Cull. There's no way they know each other, right? They're not related.
It doesn't seem like it, but it's just a big coincidence.
Fascinating that they're right next to each other. They donated together. Drew McElmoyle.
Oh.
Sounds like somebody with a speech impediment trying to say Macklemore.
It does.
Jessica with no last name. Kiki Bass. Cindy Maynard Gout. Lisa King. LSM. Shelley with no last name. Corey Smith. Richard Stamper. Tracy Whiskerman. Jennifer Weathers. Michael Filippelli. Julie with no last name. Raymond Yazewski. Michaela Miller. Joe with no last name. Jake Niebuhr. Tay Lee. Teresa Nault. Ronaldo Vargarici. Kathy Ann Hench. Lauren Dobbs. Brent Layler, it's probably Layler. Cat Daddy, 69. I can pronounce that just fine. Allison Banford, Sophia Paget, Mike Tillery, Bradley Geiger, Angela Anderson, Balzac with no last name. I think that's the full
author,
name,
obviously.
James. I'm sure it's a real person.
Well, it's
Kim
the author
Graviter,
from
Todd
1700s,
Gow,
1800s.
Rhonda Ganocchio, Joe Zamuda, Generation X Babs, or Wisconsin, I don't know. Shia Lotto, Melissa Renner, Kevin Demare, Vanessa with no last name, Neil with 4 last names, doesn't give them, Hunter Patty, Jamie Trank, that's the right way to donate, P.S. Karen Bostian, Tom with a last name, because it's Tom Smith, who the fuck's going to know that that's the right guy?
It's just Tom. Hey, Tom.
Caleb Halleck.
Thanks, bud.
Ruth Hawkins, Amelia Mink, Jack Holtz, Janine Hildebrand, Jill Quick, dirty, Sarah Gonciorek. That's what quick meant back in the day, right? Dirty? Meant like
yes.
They were on the easy side. Miles
yeah.
Uday, Cameron the Tallest Turkey, Sarah Gonser, Alexa Krause, Selena Sierra, Melissa Bernard, Mark Sierra. Okay, so those are 2 people who know each other. Okay. Chelsea Brown, L. Edwards, Diana Tyler Justice, Ashley Varney, Kimberly Parv, Bobby Robertson, Amanda Clay, Kat Kelsey, Haley Biggs. That's not Hallie, right? Stacy Simeone. However, that guy from the soccer team pronounces that. I don't. Dana Kadrowski, Victoria Storm, Randy Drayton, Fawn Forward, Jamie Yazzie, Lauren with no last name, Hannah Stark, Brittany Barton, Daniela with no last name, Patrick Kukura, Stephanie Snap, Dusty with no last name, and Melia with no last name, and all of our patrons. You guys are the greatest. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. You spectacular group of amazing bastards. We love you so much. Thanks for just keeping everything going for us. We fucking appreciate it. You want to find us? We are easy to find. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com has links to everything, social media, all that kind of shit. So come back and see us next week. Come see us every week. Matter of fact, listen to your stupid opinions and all the small town murders and Patreon. We can pretty much hang out with you all week. So
all week.
Do that, keep doing it, and live from the Crime and Sports Studios, we will see you next week, everybody.
Bye.